Professor TJ Wilkins here, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to render your fashion illustration in Adobe Illustrator. So I currently have a sketch here that I drew by hand, and I opened it in Adobe Illustrator. It's on layer 1. I currently have the layers, the properties, and the swatches panel open. The first thing I'm going to do is, of course, get all of the layers that I need to, I should say all of the panels that I need to get this artwork done. So currently the layers, the properties, and the swatches are open. Let's open up some of the color libraries. Okay, so go and click on the color library and scroll down to skin tone, actually gradients, and let's select skin tones. Okay. And what I love about the gradient skin tones, it gives dimension when you add the skin color into the artwork. It gives dimension it's not just a flat color, it actually has like a variation of color that makes it look somewhat three-dimensional. And let's see if it works like this. So I like the swatches by itself, so I'll put it over here. Yeah, I'm just gonna work with the skin tones for now, and then also I need some other colors. I'm gonna use the decorative patterns. There's a pattern in here that I really love, and I don't need this anymore. It's best to have all of the patterns that you've created, ready to go in the swatches panel. So I'm setting up my workboard before I start getting the work done. And then let's see here. I like to work with the default swatches. So art and illustration to work with. I'll drag it down to the bottom. Okay, I'm ready to go. So click on layers. The first thing I need to do is turn down the opacity of this illustration. So clicking on the illustration. Another way you can turn your artwork into a vector image is by doing an image trace. But for this particular artwork, I do not want to do image trace. Instead, I'm going to trace it out myself because I want to create closed paths that I can easily drop color into. Click on this and I'm going to turn down the opacity. 40 should be suffice. Okay. And lock the layer. Then let's add some other layers to put the artwork in. Okay, so I just created a new layer. Click on create a new layer. And the first layer is, I'm going to make that the skin. And then the next layer will be, I'll call it skin details. The way how I'm determining what goes on the layer is because I'm thinking of the artwork in the sense of the skin layer has to be underneath the clothing layer, right? If that makes sense. And the detailings for the face goes on top of the skin. So that means the skin details need to be, the skin details layer needs to be on top of the skin layer, okay? And then the hair, I think I'll put the hair layer on top of the skin details. So I'll call this hair. The skin details can also be, the face and all of that. So I'll just put that all into one layer. If there's any other layers that I forgot, I think I'll add it on as well. You know what? I'm going to add an accessories layer. So that could be for the bag and the shoes and all of that. So just call this accessories. I'm going to start off with the skin details first. Okay, so I clicked in the skin details layer. And I'm going to just use black for now for the stroke. I will change the color because I definitely would want to use a different skin tone. So and I would want to probably blend this color to match the skin tone. But for right now, I just need to trace out everything. So let's zoom in. Let's start off with the lashes. Lashes are fun. So P for the pen tool. You know what? I'm going to add a black fill inside of this to do the lashes. Okay. So P for the pen tool. Think of an eyelash. Like what would an eyelash, a single eyelash look like? Okay, so there's the eyelash shape that I just created. And then V for the selection tool. Hold down the Alt or Option key. Drag to make a copy. I just want to put space in between it, and I'm holding the Shift key as well. Then select both of the images and go up to Object and Blend Make. Okay, so it did three of the eyelashes. I need more than that. So make sure everything is selected. Go back to Object again. Scroll down to Blend and Blend Options. Specified steps. I'm going to click specified steps and it says one, so that's why there's only one in between. So I want more. So I'm pressing the upper arrow and adding more in between. I think four is enough. Let's five. Let's try five. Okay, click OK. And I want to make this look like an eyelash. So while it's selected, I'm going to Effect. Click on Effect and scroll down to Warp and then Arc. So that gives it like an eyelash effect, but I'm not done yet though. I think I'm going to play around with this a little bit. Let's see here. A for the direct selection tool. So even though I added pretty much like a fill in between it, the only two paths that are here are the two paths that we initially started off with. Okay. So even though it's blended, these are the 2 points I'm going to work with to shape the eyelash. So let me click on this, select it. Okay, so how do I want to change this? Let's play around with it a little bit. Maybe bring this in a little bit more. Okay. And I think I'm gonna make this bottom part a little smaller. Let's see what happens if I shrink the second. Okay, kind of like that. Open it up a little bit more. No. Okay, that I don't like. Fix this a bit. Okay, that's kind of cute. All right, I think I can work with this. Maybe make this a little bit slimmer. And I'm just adjusting the handles. I mean, the eyelash shape is up to you, whatever it is you want to do. Okay, I think I can work with this. This should be fine. All right, so V for the selection tool. Grab both of them. And let me zoom out a bit. So I'm going to shrink this to fit the eye. Hold down the Shift key and shrink. And so I feel like the line's a little bit too thick. To fix this, while it's selected, go to Properties and Stroke, and I'm gonna change the stroke to 0.25. Oh yeah, so much better. Okay, now just place it right here on the eye. Go to the reflect tool, and that should be here somewhere. Here it is, Reflect tool. Double click. Make sure vertical is selected and hit copy. And I'm pressing the left arrow right now. And let's make this a little bit bigger. Okay, that's a bit too big. Make it a little bit smaller. Okay, I like that. That's better. Okay, I am gonna go ahead and draw in the nose and the mouth. So P for the pen tool, turn off the fill. I don't need the fill for this. And like I said, I'm definitely gonna go back and change the color that I'm using for the outline, and the color will be changed to complement whatever skin tone I choose. P for the pen tool, and for the mouth, I'm gonna create a closed path. Okay. And I want to add a profile on the mouth and the nose. So select with the direct selection tool. I held down the shift key and selected the other, both paths. For the profile at the top bar, click down and I'm gonna try the with profile 1. Okay, I like that. All right, P for the pen tool. Detail at the neck, hit enter. And let me just make sure I'm in the right layer because I'm notorious for working in the wrong layer. Okay, and P for the pen tool. And I'm just tracing out the lines that I have here. Enter to break away. Enter to break away. And I'm going to trace the inside only of her skin. Enter. I'm tracing everything that's within the outline of her body. Let me see if I got everything. Maybe put something right here. This is within the outline. So the outline of her leg is from here to here, all the way around. So the inside of the outline of her leg is this line right here. So I'm tracing that. Stopping here. Enter. I'm going to add a profile to it. So let's just select it all. Hold down the shift key. And I'm going to choose the with profile 1. Yeah, I love how soft it is. So I'm going to stick with that for now. So now that I've added that, let's do the skin. Lock the skin details. So for the skin, let's see. Well, we did have the skin tones. Here they are right here. Yeah, let's check out skin tone 11. I'm going to change the stroke to something that's softer. So maybe like a nice brown like color so it doesn't look so harsh against the skin tone. Okay, click OK. Let's see how that works. So go back to layers and making sure that I'm in the skin layer. And I'm going to turn off the fill for now because I don't want it to get in the way as I'm tracing out the face. And I'm just going to click here and go across the other side. Okay, so I just closed up, I created a closed path for the upper body. And if I add color into it, so let's go back to skin tones and it's skin tone 11. So let's add, oh yeah, I like it. But now that I added skin tone 11, I also need to change, I feel like this black is too harsh. So let's go ahead and change the stroke. For now, let's go back to layers and lock the skin layer. Go back to the skin details. Let's just go across, quickly select it. And hold down the shift key, select here. Hold down the shift key, select here. I'm going to press I for the eyedropper tool and click on here. But then I'm going to turn off the fill and just make sure that the uniformity is still so profile 2. There we go. So that's what it looks like now. Okay, this is what we've done so far. I do need to put some kind of separator in between her lips. So P for the pen tool, and let's zoom in, and I'll put a line in between her mouth. And let's add a profile to it. So V for the selection tool, click on the shape, and I'll change it to this profile as well. Very nice. Let's go ahead and create the clothing and the bodice. Oh my goodness, I didn't put anything for clothing. So, okay, where it says skin details, I'm gonna put another layer on top of skin details and name it clothing. Click OK. And for now, let's turn off this layer right here because it's blocking me from seeing what it is I need to see. In the clothing layer, which is above the skin layer, I'm going to draw the bodice. And I want to fill the bodice with this fabric right here. So I'm going to use it as a guide as to find out what type of color I should use for the stroke. So I like this brown light color. See if I can get something close to it. This should do. Click OK and zoom in, and I'm tracing around the bodice. I'm going to create another layer for clothing details. So this layer is going to be clothing details. And in that layer, I'm going to add darts. These are princess seams. These aren't darts. Well, yeah, they're princess seams. So I'll add my princess seams. V for the selection tool, and then I'm just going to select it again because I want to add a profile to it. For now, I'm just going to use the profile 1. And let's extend this down a little bit more. Okay, so now that I've done that, I can add the shape inside of this. So to do that, I'm gonna lock the detail layer, go back to the clothing layer, click on the, actually, hold on. Let's see, what layer is this piece in right here? Okay, I think it's in, oh, it's in the last layer. I'm gonna remove it from the last layer and place it somewhere else. So let's Command X to remove it, and well, X as in xylophone. And I'm gonna put it in the clothing layer. Command V, and let's shrink the size down a little bit because it's a bit too large. And you know what? I want to make a copy of this. Hold down the Alt or Option key and drag to make a copy, and make it a little bit smaller. It doesn't need to be this big. Okay, so then Command X as an X, right? And then click on the outside guide for the corset, and then go to draw inside, click on draw inside, and you'll see this bracket around the area that you selected, and then Command V to paste on the inside. And there you go. There it is on the inside of the corset, and it's super cute. Let me come up closer. I need to make these detail lines a little bit darker because they're kind of blending in. I think I did a too good of a job with that color. So let's make it a little bit darker so it stands out. Yeah, that's much better. Much, much better. Okay, good. I'm gonna lock this layer for now, the clothing details for now. And let's add the skin to see how it looks. Okay, I think that's nice. That looks nice. We can leave it on for now. And let's go ahead and add some hair. Now that we have our skin tone, we can add some hair. I think we'll be able to determine what hair color will look good best for her skin tone. So I'm gonna lock the other layers and go to the hair layer. And okay, so pencil tool, and let's find a nice color for her hair. A nice blonde color. Okay, I think we can try this color. And stroke for the hair, maybe something a bit darker, yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay, and so let's use the pencil tool to draw out like the shape of her hair. Just one strand should be suffice. Oh, okay, the color went away. Find the color again. I think that's cute. Okay. So I have that strand. I think I want to do a lighter strand than this as well. Okay, so click on here and oh, I need to lock that back layer. And let's make this lighter. Make it like a really bright yellow. And change the, no, I'll keep that. Then I'll make another one, another strand where it's without the stroke. Yeah. Okay, let's see what we can get out of this. So we have several different types of strands. Okay. So I'm gonna use those to like add texture to her hair. So I dragged the one that we're gonna use, and I'm holding down the Alt Option key to just make a bunch of copies. And I think I'm gonna add some of the other colors in. Just to blend it in there and give it some texture. Oops, made a mistake just now. And I see this is spacing in the back, so I'm going to do Command X, Command F, so it comes in the front a little bit. Yeah. I think I like this. Okay, let's take a look and see. Okay, I think we're on to something here. I think we're on to something. Okay, I'm gonna just keep these strands just in case I decide I want to do something else because I tend to change things around a lot. So, and I already have stars around her head, but I'm gonna put stars there last. And also, you know what? I feel like her lashes are a bit too dark. So, and oh yeah, let me just put one more strand of hair like right here. Okay, her lashes are a bit too dark. So let's zoom in and um do something about her lashes. So to fix that, let's see, I think it's in skin details. Yeah, skin details. I'm going to change the color of one of her lashes. A for the direct selection tool, and I'm zooming in right here. And like I said, those 2 points that we use for the eyelashes are still there. So I'm gonna click on the eyelash, and right now it's black. Let's see if we can switch it to a different color. Let's try a brown. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, I like it. So you see how it's like a nice gradation from gradation from like the brown to the black. That's because this one is brown with the black outline, and this shape right here is still black. So let's do it to the other eyelash. I'm just gonna click here and press I for the eyedropper tool and transfer it. I think we need to add more hair right here. Oh, maybe put another strand here as well. So I'm gonna and shrink this one and add it right here. She needs eyebrows. She's kind of bald up there. So let's take the pen tool and I'm gonna put that in, not in hair details, but under in skin details. So P for the pen tool, and up there's nothing in it right now. So let's turn that off. And let's find like a nice brown like color, nothing too dark. And I'll just draw in an eyelash. I'm definitely gonna add some form of a shape to it. So V for the selection tool, and I'm clicking on here, and I'm gonna add a profile to it. Let's see. Okay. I think that's nice. Still feel like she looks kind of bald though. Let's do something. I could play with hair all day. Oh, we haven't yet done her legs. So, well, let's go back to skin. Okay, I for the eyedropper tool, I'm going to click right here to select the skin tone that's used for her upper body and the stroke, and then P for the pen tool, and in the skin layer, make sure it's unlocked. And I'm just going to trace around her legs. Bring this down a little bit more. And I'm following the shape. Turn off the fill because I need to see what I'm doing. Okay, so now I can easily drop the skin tone into, which is skin tone 11. There we go. That's what I love about when you create a closed path. It just makes it so much easier to color stuff in. So go to layers, go to accessories. For now though, I want to turn off this layer so I can see what I'm doing once again. So in his accessories, I think I would like to do like a blue outline. Freestyling over here. And like a burgundy shoe? I don't know. We can change it later if necessary. Like a dark burgundy shoe. Okay. So let's zoom in. P for the pen tool, and there we go. Much better. And I'm going to just stop right here for the bottom of the shoe. And then I'm going to draw a separate piece for the back. Oh, it joined. I didn't want it to join. Okay. All right. And let's do something for, I'm going to add a profile to this as well. I like adding profiles to everything. Okay, let's add a profile. Profile. Let's add a profile. Okay, which one should I use? Nah. I think I should use this one. Yeah, I think that's better. And for the heel, I think I'll use profile for, let's see. Yep, and increase the stroke. Let's change this up a bit. And I'm going to paste this in the front. Command X, Command F. Yeah. Okay. I think that's cute. Maybe soften this a little bit. The smooth tool. Yeah, that's nicer. And maybe soften over here too. Okay. Let's do the other shoe. And I don't know, I think I'll just make a copy of this shape right here and shrink it. Okay, and for the eyedropper tool, I want the same profile. I don't think the eyedropper transforms the profile. So I would just I forgot which one I use. I think I use, anyway, I'll just use this one. No, I think I use this one. Yeah. Oh, Command Z. Okay. So there's the shoes, super cute. Lock it. For the eyedropper tool, I'm going to just trace out the shape for her bag, and then I'll do the skirt. So for the bag, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Um, make this a bit darker, that's for sure. Click OK. And in the accessories layer, make sure it's unlocked, and P for the pen tool, and I'm just going to trace around the outside of this bag. Shift C for the anchor point tool. Okay, so yes, so Shift C for the anchor point tool, and I just pulled out the bottom. And now, you know what? I will create a different layer for the accessories details. So lock this layer, accessories. And I'm creating different layers because if I want to change things around, I just want to be able to easily go to a layer and, change it around. So P for the pen tool and click on the shape, enter. Shift C. Okay, and let's add a profile to this fee for the selection tool. I'm just going to play around with the profile to see which one I want to use. Okay, I like this one. All right, so now with the accessories, I can lock the accessories details, go back to the accessories layer. I want this piece right here, and I think I have it in the clothing layer. Where is it? Yep, it's in the clothing layer. So I'm going to remove that and place it in the accessories layer. Command V. And that's Command X. And click on the outside layer. Go to the draw inside. That's what I did into. Now Command V to paste on the inside. Okay. And then I can go ahead and, well, I'm done. So I'm going to lock that layer. I do believe I need to make my outline a bit darker. So let's do that right now. Go to accessories and 3. 2 should be suffice. I don't like how pointy it is over here. So then I would go to properties, click on stroke, and change this to maybe a round join so it's not so pointy. Okay. All right, so that's my bag. It's super cute. All right, so back to the layers and let's see what we have so far. I probably might go back and do more work on her hair. Yes, I was saying this layer, I need to put it underneath the bag, but it has to be underneath her skin and the skin detail. So I'm gonna go on layer 1 and do another layer, and I'm just gonna leave it as is. I'm not gonna change it. Oh my gosh, so I'm gonna have to go back in the skin layer and redo her legs. Oh, come on. Oh wait, no, I don't. I don't. It's there. It's there. I forgot. I had turned off the what is it called? The skin tone. I turned off the fill. So put the fill back in. So I'm good. Woo! Got scared there for a second. So there's her legs, her back. I don't need to do it over. All right, so now in layer 9, let's add the actually, I want to do the clothing details first before I add the fill for the print for the skirt. So for the clothing detail, using the line segment tool, unlock the layer, and I'm just gonna draw straight lines for now. I'll fix it later. And these lines can be easily fixed. Okay. And Shift C for the anchor point tool. And let's curve this up a bit. Curve this. I'm gonna curve this right here. Curve this line. Curve this line. Those I can leave it straight, I guess. I think I'm gonna change the profile on these lines as well. Some of them I might increase. These, I can curve this just a little bit. Oh, I didn't put the cute little ties in the back. I think I'll do that last. It's not a biggie. I'm going to use the pen for this part because I do want to capture the shape of this line. So I'm going to delete this one and redo it with the pen tool. So this side of her body is darker. So I'm going to make these lines a bit heavier, bigger. And make a little bit darker. So it looks like the light is coming from this way and this area is in the shade. So there's more shade on this side of the skirt. Let's change the uniformity to profile 4. In fact, you know what? Let's change all of the uniformity for that to profile 4. So what I need to do is now switch it so that the thicker part is at the bottom and the thinner part is at the top. So if I go to properties and right here, right next to width profile, flip along. Did it do it? Yes, it did. Aha. So this area is thicker and here is smaller, but I want this side of the dress to be a little bit bigger. So I'm going to increase the stroke just a bit. And I want this side of the dress. I'm gonna keep this side the same. I might add more to it. P for the pen tool. Put one more here. And okay, so let's go back to the layers panel and in 9 because I want to do this side. P for the pen tool and unlock the layer. Zoom in. Let me just trace out this part right here. I'll fix that lower part later. Okay. And there's some other areas that needs to be fixed right now, but I'll do it later. Well, no, I'll do it now. Um, in the clothing, this part, the way how it's sticking out, press A for the direct selection tool, and I'll just bring it in a bit more, connect it to here, so it's more natural. There we go. And now I can add, oh, fix this part, Shift C, bring this out. And let's add the fill inside of it. So I have the pattern swatch I want to use, and that ain't it. I don't like that one. But that's the pattern that I want. And you know what? It's kind of translucent, so I'm gonna click on this layer, the outline shape, Command copy, and then Command B for it to be pasted in the back. And I could change it to any color. I could make it pink. But I don't want it to be pink. I'm just going to make it white. How does it look with teal behind it? Nope. Let's make it white. Okay, how about this one? Okay, I'll make it white. I like it with the white background. Okay, so now that I'm looking at it, I think I might have to make these lines a bit darker. So let's see here. That is the clothing detail. So lock these layers, go to the clothing detail, and let's play around with the stroke. Let's see how it looks if we were to make it a little bit darker. Okay, I think that would do. And P for the pen tool, and I am going to just add some lines in here. Enter. Just to give it a little bit more depth. So those lines, they aren't even they're just open paths. I just wanted to add some more texture to the fabric shape I just created. Maybe make it a little bit thicker. Add the width profile to it. Yep, make it a little bit thicker, and maybe we make it 4. And yep. So I did that to add some more texture to it, and maybe make these lines smaller. Yeah, because they're on at the top. So I'm gonna change the stroke to something smaller instead of having it at 5. Yeah. Just these shapes so it looks more uniformed. And oh, this needs to be turned around. I could play with this all day, so let me just stop. And of course, if you wanted to, you can add some like gradients to this, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to keep it like this. So it looks like there's texture on the back of the skirt. I always say that. I'm like, oh, I'm going to leave it alone, and I don't. But no, I'm going to really leave it alone this time. Let's go ahead and do the rest of the skirt. So P for the pen tool, and I'm going to do this in the clothing layer. Lock this, Command plus. And I'm going to use a lighter color for this portion. So let's change this to, or maybe I don't need to use a lighter color. I can just change use a smaller stroke. That could help, but I've already changed the color, so eh. I am now tracing out the skirt. And I'm only tracing out the top part because I want to do like a lining with a different color on the inside of the skirt. And I can bring this over the leg a little bit because it's going to cover the leg. Let's zoom in so I can see what I'm doing here. I want this area covered, so bring it up a bit. Actually, Command C. I had like some detailing up here, kind of like to show that it was gathered. So I'll stay true to that. Okay. And oh, is it closed? I don't think I created a closed path. For when I do these shapes, it's best if the paths are closed. Okay. Let's add the color inside of it. I for the eyedropper tool. I want this color because it's darker. I know I said I was going to use a lighter color, but I feel like I want something darker. Okay, let's make this work. There it is. Okay. And once again, the details is like hiding. I need to make it darker. So it's no worries. There's nothing that's gonna take a long time. I can just quickly select the details that I want to change up. And now I can make it darker. Click OK. Well, I don't want to make it darker than the back details. I'll make this darker. Click OK. And V, and I want to, oh, I deselected it. Darn nuggets. I want to increase the, well, let's change the uniformity and let's increase the stroke. Oh, the stroke was like 0.5, no wonder. Okay, this is too thick. Yeah, I like that. Softer. And once again, I want the thicker part at the bottom. So properties in the width profile panel, we can switch it around. So it did it for some and not for others. So I'm gonna have to refix this part right here. Command C. So I will bring this up and spin it around. Okay. But I think I need to make these smaller. Well, I need to make them longer, not smaller. Okay. I really like that. Let's add more pen. Oh, there is a tool right here. I just didn't make it a bit. I'll make it a little bit larger so you can see it. Switch this around. Okay. I may have to change up the opacity a little bit because it looks so harsh against the background. So especially back here, I might go in and play with the opacity. So, but before I do that though, I just want to add the inside part of the dress. And let's go to layers, but it has to be under the skin. So I'll just put it here. I'll call it the lining. I have a feeling I just spelled lining wrong too, but that's okay. And I just want to copy from here to, hold on, I'll highlight the area I want to copy. I just want this bottom portion. So I'm selecting only this bottom portion. Oh, shoot. Okay, yeah, hopefully it works. So let's see. Command copy and Command C to copy. And I want to post it into the lining layer. So Command F for it to paste in front. And it copied, did it, oh, hold on. It looks like it copied a lot of stuff. That's okay. I can take away the areas that I don't want. So let's see. And once again, it's one of those colors that I cannot see. So let's change the color. Oh yeah, I cannot see that for nothing. Let's make it a cyan. Yeah, okay, great. Now I can see what I need to cut. So C for the scissors tool, I'm going to intersect it here. A, and then delete this piece because I don't need that piece. And I still have this line. That's good. I don't need this line right here. So C, click, A, delete this line right here. All I needed was this piece right here, and I can continue up from there. Darn it, I think I cut off a little bit too much. Oh no, I didn't. All right, never mind. Command C. I want it to be a complete line path. So I can, let's turn off this fill because it's going to drive me crazy if I don't. And now I'm just drawing the bottom part. I'm creating the lining that goes for the bottom part. I've already copied the other shape for the top of this, so I don't need to go and retrace it again. And yeah, I know I'm cheating a bit because I'm not following it exactly, but that's okay. And it's okay if it goes behind this a little bit. I don't mind if it goes because this is gonna be when I put the color, it's gonna be behind the other layers, so I'm not worried. So if I was to turn off the other layers, that is the shape that I just now drew. Okay. I'm gonna add the color inside of this to, let's see, let's try this color. Ooh, that's nice. But I feel like it needs to be more of a magenta. So let's change it to more of a magenta color. No, that's too purple. Click OK. Okay. No. I'm not too happy with it. I feel like, is this the color I want? Let's try. Yeah. A little bit more pinker though. Let's make it a little bit more pinker. Aha, that's what I want. Okay. So, all right, this is looking cool so far. All right, I need to change the color of these. This is not working. So let's change these colors to something that actually complements this. And I'm going to extend, make them a little bit longer. And I can come here and go to like a dark magenta like type of color if I want. Let's see. Yeah, much better. And let's make it a bit longer. I'll delete this one. And that really weird square-like type. Well, actually, no, I'll keep it. Yeah, maybe just round it out a little bit more. Shift C. Bring this out just a little bit more. That's the lining. So, yep. Let's round this out a bit more. Okay, let's see what's happening now. But I don't. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm not too much of a fan of how hard this line is. So let me see if I turn down the opacity just a little bit, if that'll help. If I go to properties, and here's the opacity, and let's turn it down a little bit. Okay, I think that's softer. And I think I need to do the same thing on the top as well. I will just leave the inside of it alone. I'm not going to do that on the I'm not going to do that on the lines on the inside of the garment where the lining is, because I just want to keep that dark. Turn down the opacity just a little bit. Just a little. Alright, so I'm going to leave it like that. Let's go to layers and the skin details. Click on her lips, and I'm going to use the same color on the inside of the skirt. And let's change this color right here to something that's a bit darker. So I for the eyedropper tool, and I'm going to use I for the eyedropper tool. And I'm going to use this color right here. And let's turn, it's okay, no, I don't need it to be 4 points. Let's bring it down to 2. Oh, let's bring it down to 1. That's fine. Yeah, that's good. And let's do something about her hair. I feel like there's some more work that needs to be done. So let's go to her hair and add some hair. Um, and I want to add a star. Well, you know what? Command minus. And let's take a closer look at what's happening if I remove the background. Okay, so if I remove the background, this is what it looks like so far. I think she's cute. She's cute. Another strand, just one strand right here. All right, this was fun. A little detailing here and there. So what else do I want to do now? Yes, I'll delete this. I wanted to put stars around her. So let's go here. Click on the star tool and switch this to like a nice golden color. It's kind of color range I'm going for. Okay. And I got a star. I don't need the stroke. Well, I don't need the stroke. So let's turn that off and hold down the shift key and draw a star. Hold on the Alt Option key and I'll just put other stars around her. Trying to be true to the sketch that I drew. This is fun. She's a superstar. She's a superstar. That's what she is. Do do do. Superstar. Superstar. Boo boo. And you have to sing a stupid song as you're doing this, or it's not gonna work. Like it's just not gonna work. You have to sing the dumb song. So let's sing along with me. She's a superstar. Okay, all right. So I'm done. I think I'm done with the stars. I'm gonna add a star on the bag. So let's zoom in. Command V and drag this over here. So that way it's on top. Okay, that's super cute. And let's just select the whole thing, Command G to group it together. And let's see here. All right, so everything is grouped. I'm gonna just increase the size of the image. I'm gonna hold down the shift key and I don't want my image to just like float on the page. So I want it to take up, let's zoom out a bit so I can see what I'm doing here. I want to take up a good portion of the page. I'm gonna go to Window, select Brushes, and let's go in the Brushes library. Decorative Brush. Let's try Decorative Scatter. And, well, I see that. Bubbles. Okay, let's try Bubbles. She seems very bubbly. We'll click on the brush tool and just do like something underneath here. Oh, pretty cute. I do want that to be Command X. I want that to be on a lower layer, so I'll put it in the layer that's okay. I'll put in a lining layer. Command B. There you go. So yeah, just something at the bottom. Maybe add a little bit more. All right. And we're done.